This is TWiT.
Mr. John Dickinson, who is sitting to Simon's right, is going to talk to us about OpenStack Swift. Welcome to the show, John.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
Thank you. And what's the 30,000-foot view of OpenStack Swift? What's the problem it's trying to solve?
It is a distributed object storage system designed to support massive scale, high availability, high durability, and massive concurrency across the entire data set. So conceptually, it's very similar to something like Amazon S3, except you can run it yourself and own your data.
Right. And when you say distributed, what do you mean? Do you mean distributed within the data center or distributed across the internet?
Yes, because it originally started out with focusing on being able to put your build a cluster within a single data center. Recently, we've added in the feature to support global clusters, which allows us to actually have globally distributed data storage.
Right. So is this kind of like Tahoe Labs, the sharded encrypted file system, or is it more like a clustering file system that happens to have an internet in the middle of it?
The point of Swift actually is that it is not a file system. It's one of the key characteristics there. So you don't have to worry about dealing with the POSIX layer to interact with the actual data itself. It uses a standard REST-based API. So it's just standard HTTP verbs and response codes, and it integrates very, very well with existing things out there that are used to dealing with web servers. So it is, okay, yeah.
No, so I'm fascinated by this because I've been studying Tahoe Labs, which is a free distributed file system. Looks a very interesting system for creating genuinely distributed systems that don't have any there that can go that the NSA can monitor, for example. Would Swift be the sort of solution somebody who wanted to put their data beyond the reach of the NSA would be able to use?
Absolutely. One thing that I really believe is a fundamental thing that we're trying to solve is that everybody has data, it's always growing, and you should have ownership of everything that touches your data, from the hardware all the way to the software to the tool chain that interacts with that. And that's only possible when you have open systems. And it's not just having access to the source code, but it's actually also being able to have ownership in the community and the governance of that. And it's one reason that I'm really excited about the OpenStack project in general, and Swift in particular, because anyone can get in and run the code themselves, but they can also lead the direction of the code. You don't have to worry about a single entity controlling it and blessing it to the rest of us by just throwing it over the wall. But rather, it's a massive community of companies and developers coming together to contribute this. And if you contribute something, a patch into Swift, it's going to be running at scale all over the world relatively soon.